Rabbi Nachman of Bratslav said, Kol ha'olam kulo Gesher tsar meod. The whole world is a very narrow bridge, but the important thing is not to fear it. On this Yom Kippur day, we may be feeling particularly vulnerable with our challenges, our illnesses, our losses, and our setbacks. But with the improper intention and faith, we can cross over to the other side of them, gaining wisdom and growth, compassion, love, faith, gratitude, and especially an appreciation for all of life itself.
There was a fire next door to me. It was late on a Saturday night, and I was walking upstairs, and I just felt a faint smell of smoke. I went downstairs, I looked at it. It was fairly large. It was on my neighbor's deck. Called the fire department. They were there within 5 minutes, and they told me had I not called, my neighbor would be dead, and I might be too. So I felt that the hand of God was upon me.
My husband Morris and I were in Europe on a lovely vacation when he had a heart attack in Greece. That was more than being scared. I was absolutely terrified, and so was he. He spent a week in the hospital in Greece, and then we were able to make it back to Miami. When we got to Miami, we went straight to a cardiologist who did tests. It turned out that Morris not only had to have a valve replacement and 2 bypasses, but he had an aneurysm, an aortic aneurysm. If he hadn't had the heart attack, they would never have found the aneurysm and he might have died. So Morris and I talked about that afterwards, and we decided that so many times things that seem so terrible turn out to be a blessing in disguise.
One of the most challenging times in my life was when I almost drowned with another woman and her daughter. We were carried out to sea, and we were out in the ocean for about 45 minutes before we were rescued. And what was significant is I had just read Siddhartha, and I stayed very peaceful and calm and helped them to stay calm and positive while we were out there. So it's one of the few times in my life where I really felt like I was brave and able to cope with a crisis.
The most challenging part of my life was after my father died, and I took on the responsibility of my mother, who was dying of cancer, and my brother, who had been hit by a drunk driver and was woefully disabled. And I am grateful for the support of all the friends who came to help me during my time of need. It was a long 16 years, but I think I came out of it with more compassion and understanding, and I'm grateful for the experience.
In 1987, when my 26-year-old brother, the youngest of us all, was diagnosed with AIDS. He was a wonderful, proud, young, handsome, Jewish young man, architect, artist, brother, friend, son, lover, partner, animal lover, child advocate. And unfortunately, when he got sick, it was just like kerosene in a fire. Bennett lost his fight 4 weeks to the date of being diagnosed, and what we went through as a family and clinging to each other, processing everything, dealing with incredible ignorance, stigma, and things, when they impact you, you really do realize that you need to be part of making a change.
Oh yes, I've been on some narrow bridges before in my life, and they're very scary. But the one thing that I've learned from them is they become part of your rearview mirror, and you should be spending your time looking forward, looking ahead, through your windshield.